one of the easiest ways to become free is to honor your intuition, is to listen to yourself. Salutations, Sōl Tribe. It is your favorite conscious creatrix, karunasol, and welcome back to my channel. It has been a minute and a half since I've made a video. It's been a minute and a half since I've done a podcast episode. It's been so long since I've connected with my social media family, the interweb family, and really just people in general. I have been experiencing a very deep sense of detachment, and that's what I want to talk to y'all about today. I feel like there's somebody out there that really needs to hear this message, so here it is. This is my personal theory on detachment and why it is really important for me to practice this as much as possible. And my theory is deeply based in the Buddhist tradition. I started studying Buddhism about 12 or 11 years ago at this point. And one of the first books I read was the Tibetan book of Living and Dying. And that's a whole other conversation, just the taboo topic of death, which I really do want to delve into on this channel eventually, but not right now. So upon reading that book, it really instilled in me the importance of detaching yourself from this world, but make sure you're doing it in a way that is healthy, that you're achieving a balance, because we are still community-based organisms, and I can find myself on the very opposite side of the spectrum where I won't talk to friends, I won't talk to family. I just purposefully will not talk to people, especially if I feel other people's opinions are louder than my own. We'll just start off with why I think detachment is really important. I kind of just said it, but I will tell you a major goal in my life over anything else is to experience true freedom in this existence. Mastery and knowledge of self is what I'm after. It is the highest prize. And I know for a lot of people, a lot of their main goals are having a family, starting a business, being a successful entrepreneur, being famous, being all these things. And I won't say that I haven't shared in those goals and desires, because I totally have. There are definitely goals and desires that I've had in my life that were more based upon how I was being perceived by others rather than how I felt about myself. And for me, freedom is absolutely everything. So when we're talking about, a theory on detachment and how detachment is related to freedom, if you can remain detached from people and things and ideas and concepts and even goals, you become an autonomous being. And why I feel that's super important is when you get to a place within yourself where you don't need other people, you don't need anybody to fulfill you, you don't need anybody to motivate you, you don't need anybody to spark your creativity, you don't need anybody to make you feel happy. When you go out into the world and you actually do connect with people, it's not because you want to take something from them, it's because you genuinely want to be there. I feel like there's a lot of us that hang out just because we can't hear the sound of our own voice. We don't like the sound of silence, but the more silence we're in, the more that we're able to connect to our subconscious, our highest self. And I am a firm believer that we already have all the answers inside of us. There's a lot of noise going on around us, specifically to distract us on purpose, which is why I feel detachment is such an important concept. When we're talking about detachment, we're not talking about detaching from goals. I think goals are very important. Goals are markers of how we are progressing in our lives. The thing that I look to detach more from is the outcome, the actual outcome of the goal rather than the journey. I'm sure you've heard that a lot. It's not about it's not about the end point, man. It's about the journey, bro. And it's true. It really is true. I mean, if you listen to interviews from successful people that you deem successful, a lot of them will say, okay, they have the fame, they have the money, but the stuff that made them who they were was the interim, the struggle, and yeah, now they can sit in the lap of luxury, but I mean, you still have to keep yourself there, and there's just more to life than that. I really like to detach from the outcome and just look at the fact that I have this goal, and this is a beautiful goal to have. So who do I need to become to achieve this? And it's that stuff that's in between. that makes all the difference, and it makes life absolutely delicious. Detachment does also mean to detach yourself from others. We are community-based organisms. However, as I said before, if you are someone who relies on other people for your happiness, for your comfort, for your security, if you can't provide that stuff for yourself, then you're just gonna be an energy sucker. You're gonna be a leech on somebody else's vibe. And like that gets draining, literally, very quickly for you and for that person. So being detached doesn't mean to not love. You know, I really believe as human beings, we are here to experience love, and it starts within, and then you can find pure love from without. I'm not saying don't love people. I'm saying do it for yourself first. So when you go out into the world, everybody else is just extra. It's just a joy to be around you. I don't need you to fulfill me. I don't need you at all. You're just such a joy to be around, and I resonate with you so much that that's what this relationship is. And then you get into a symbiotic relationship of giving and giving rather than taking and taking. And that's where this society has left us bone dry. I feel like so many of us are taking. We're just consuming so much and just not giving back. And that's a big part of this channel. That's a big part of my podcast. That's a big part of my business in general, is I wanted to be able to give more than I was taking. That is my loosely based theory on detachment. I don't have any notes. I'm sure that I've probably missed a lot of things, and more videos I do, you know, more concepts will be coming out, but I really just wanted to pose this as a process. I don't want to say a challenge. I'm trying to think of a better word to say than I challenge you to do this, but I want to pose this as a process to you. How attached are you to this world? This world that you will inevitably leave. You know, there's that saying, there's two things you can count on in this life, death and taxes. Well, you really don't have to pay your taxes. Your life will probably be a little bit shittier if you're like on the run from the IRS. But the one thing that you cannot run from is death. We get so attached, and I really feel that that attachment is largely based in insecurity, which is backed by fear. If you're somebody who finds yourself attached to things outside of yourself, it's a marker of insecurity. Because when we attach to things, we aren't secure enough in ourselves in our own potential of what we can actually get done on this planet based upon our skills, our talent, our potential, our compassion, our beliefs, our principles, our systems, just us. I am a firm believer that we have all the answers inside of us. Living in a society where we can be so connected, like you're watching this video right now, and I think that's awesome. Thank you for supporting the channel. You know, hit the like button so the YouTube algorithm will have this video reach more people. If you feel like this has helped you at all, this is why I'm doing it, is to help you, because I've been getting downloads, and I do feel it's a part of our duty as human beings to spread the knowledge that we know and learn for ourselves, and perhaps someone that resonates with us on a certain level will also find that to be very helpful for them. I really want to pose this process to you. How attached are you to things? How much do you rely on yourself to figure out the answers? How much do you rely on society, on your government, on your friends, on your family, on strangers on the street dictating to you how you should live your life? I want you to do this process for a week, you know, mark it down if you have to, and just, oh, I listened to myself today. One of the things I like to do when I set an intention in the morning is to say, my main intention is always to listen to myself, and then I'll build off something off of that, you know, but it's to honor my intuition, because I know that's where my truth lies. And one of the easiest ways to become free is to honor your intuition, is to listen to yourself. So I pose that to you this week. And definitely let me know if you made it through this whole video. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments, what is it that you feel attached to? in this existence. Do you agree with my theory on detachment? Do you disagree? I personally really feel that, as the Buddha said, attachment does lead to suffering. So what do you think about that? I would love to hear your thoughts. Thank you again so much for joining me, and I will see you soon. Bye.